One of his 2 front teeth.
I know. That's inconsiderate behavior.
It is.
I mean,
warn
he could have postponed.
someone. Or
I wouldn't have shown up to a date missing a front tooth.
well, I showed up to his house.
Okay, I wouldn't have invited somebody on a date missing a front tooth.
Without at least telling them. The first time you meet someone,
I would have postponed. Truthfully, maybe.
get a fucking chiclet. Remember that gum? Like, come on.
No.
Dennis the Menace this shit. Okay.
But
he was drunk.
yeah, go ahead.
He was drunk when I got there. He invited me in. I got to pet his sweet cat. The cat was fucking cute.
You should have kidnapped a cat.
I'm borderline scared of cats from my childhood. But I love them. They're so cute and cuddly. I'm just like, are they going to attack? Whatever. So the cat was cute. We're sitting on his patio because he offered me some wine. And I think he was smoking a cigarette because he's disgusting.
He could probably hold it in his tooth hole.
Now that you mention it, he probably did. My God. He offers me cheesecake and blow.
Did you at least take him up on the cheesecake?
No, I don't. Okay, so I
Maybe
walk into his house.
sprinkle.
He tells me that he's single and his house is a little messy. His kitchen was disgusting. Every dish was dirty. There was like food and I don't know where that cheesecake came from and I don't want it near me, okay? I only drank the wine because it was opened in front of me. It was a sight. So anyway, we go to this wine bar. He's drunk when I show up. We walk to this wine bar. He can still walk at this point. He's ordering doubles because he's not drinking wine. He's drinking like fucking...
Who goes to a wine bar and doesn't drink wine? Somebody
He
without
was
a
a
front
regular.
tooth in a dirty house.
Yeah, he was a regular there. He knew the bartender. I made friends with her. I wonder how she is.
Shout out.
Oh God, we were there briefly. He had like the 3 doubles or whatever. And he's like, let's go eat. I'm like, okay, anything to get out of here. Because it was like very quiet, like low lights, slow music. He kept like, like moving my hair.
No.
Oh yeah.
He'd have got a...
They were totally different, but there was this time where I felt like this guy was coming in for a kiss. I'm like, oh, don't get too close. And I said there was a time. There are many times. I do that all the time. Don't get too fucking close.
I watched Christopher pull a move on Penelope yesterday. So she went to go tickle him like this. So put your arms out like that. And he went, nope! And like...
I love your kids so much.
I was like, I'm gonna save that.
Yeah.
Husband gets too close.
Actually, have you seen the videos? We are such, I don't know, rabbit trail. Have you seen the videos of the zip ties where you can get out of, okay.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that later.
Guys, this is a disaster.
Anywho, we're walking. I'm walking. He's stumbling to the Mexican place. Cool, whatever. He tries to kiss me. And I pull one of my Heismans. I can't tell you how many first kisses started like this. It's like I don't know. It's like I know that they're going to do it. But if I'm not super into them, I don't want your mouth on my mouth, date 1. Don't fucking waste your time. I don't know where you've been. I don't know where I've been. That's not what I was going to say. I just know.
I don't want to like shake hands with anybody. Touch them like skin to skin. Please do not put your germs.
Unless you're a sex god and you are irresistible,
which we have to work on that.
Met a couple. Don't fucking touch me. If I want to kiss you, you'll know. You'll know. I'm still gonna be weird and awkward, but I'm not gonna like
yeet you.
Yeet a motherfucker. So I did that, and he's like, "Oh, come on." I'm like, "Oh, sorry. You know, I've already warned him about this, but guess he forgot." I'm like, "Sorry, don't really kiss on a first date." And he's like, "Come on, we're adults." Excuse
I have
me.
boundaries.
No fucking shit, we're adults.
Yeah, I'm
And
adult enough to say thanks, but no fucking thanks, man.
Yeah, you're a smoker. I'm never seeing you again. Never. But then, little bitch boy, he was all offended by it. Kept bringing it up. He's like, oh, it's the tooth. I'm like, no. How do you? No, man.
It's not the tooth.
You're
But
really
the tooth really
irresistible.
doesn't fucking help.
You're irresistible, but just like, I'm not ready to. The fuck? Of course, it's the fucking tooth. But it's since that date, I use that as a test, because if they're insecure because I won't kiss them, like if you can't respect my boundaries and be like, oh okay, no problem, whenever you're
to
ready.
not kiss on the first date, that's not a extreme boundary. That's not like a.
Well, it
That's
is
nothing-
right now because people are
No.
DTF, or if you're Australian, DTR on a first date. Oh God, you remember Down to Root?
Oh yeah.
It's called rooting. I've met a couple Australians, just one, but what a time that was. So anyway, that I tell all of these stories to just say this. I can't be with like somebody who's insecure.
Yeah.
It bleeds into every other aspect of their life. Like everybody's insecure about some things, but no, like when it affects relationships and like then they're always jealous and
It's a lot.
it's
You
a
don't.
lot.
You already have 2 kids. You don't need to baby a grown man.
No.
And
That was the problem with Sweatband. Like
ew.
I don't want to have to teach you how to treat
No.
me. Like you're 30
mm-mm.
something, man.
Also, we would have never gotten along, and I would have just spent the rest of my days roasting him.
We didn't get along because everything I did in my own personal life was taken as a jab at him. I'm getting my hair done. He's like, guess your hair's more important than me.
Yeah, my hair. I've had my hair.
You're
since I
eating a
was born.
sandwich? I guess you love turkey. Yeah, I fucking... Can I tell... Okay. Sorry. I know we're
We've got 3 minutes.
taking along. I want to tell the story on when he told me he loved me.
Okay.
Flashback to when he's like, oh, you can't be serious. Like, this is why we shouldn't be dating. We're like, the bar's closing, we're leaving.
Oh my god. Yep, go
I
ahead.
think we're in the middle of breaking up. So we're walking back to the hotel, and we pass a bar that's like busy. He's like, hey, let's go in for a minute. And I was like, oh, like I feel like we're in the middle of something. Like, can we just get on?
Do you want
with
to
it?
finish dumping me, or
Yeah,
no?
like
Could I get some
I've never
freedom for the
been
rest of
dumped.
the evening?
Until then, I'm sure I have, but like not by official.
Ghosting
Anywho.
isn't dumping.
Yeah, ghosting isn't dumping. So this was gonna be my first dumping.
Yes, fucking A. Ghosting isn't dumping. You want to dump somebody, be a fucking adult. That's not me personally. I haven't been ghosted.
I feel like she's protecting me right now. So
I am.
so he's like, well, I just have to pee and then we can leave. I'm like, fine, let's go in. He goes to the bathroom, I go to the bathroom. I'm going into the stall, and out of the corner of my eye, I see something familiar going to another stall. I bitch button out of there, and I like follow the girl. It was my friend Amber, and we had this
grand old time.
We had this time in the bathroom. We were probably in there for like 30 minutes, and he comes like knocking on the door. He's like, hey, is Holly, like, is everything okay? I'm like, yeah, I ran into my friend. I'll see you whenever. So 20 more minutes go by where I'm telling her all about getting dumped, in the middle of getting dumped. I go out to find him, who he found friends. That's cool. Somebody he went to school with, like, for his work. They just got engaged. Fast forward 5 minutes of awkward nonsense of him trying to stand up right. Everybody's doing shots except for me.
Mm-hmm.
He looks at his friend and he's like, do you love her? And his friend's like, yeah. And then his friend looks at him, and then his friend looks at me, and then he looks back at him, and he's like, do you love her? And this motherfucker looks at me and says, yes, I love her, and I've never told her.
In the middle of breaking up.
We're breaking up, and he tells me he loves me in front of strangers.
That's when you just hit him with a thumbs up and a peace sign,
I'm like,
and then
can we talk over
moonwalk
here?
away.
Cool. That literally, I felt bad, but I'm like, hey, can we go? Like, let's finish this over here. Remember that time you were breaking up with me? I didn't know what to say. I was not feeling that, man. No. Oh, God. And then I felt bad because he was getting embarrassed. He's like, this wasn't supposed to happen. Like, I'm sorry I did that. I'm so stupid. And then I'm just like, at this point,
Can we just
that's
go?
where we draw
Like,
the line. Like, now this is not the time to self-deprecate.
yeah.
But anywho, that was the first time he told me he loved me, so that was cool.
And that wraps up today's episode on anal and babies.
I have so much more to say, but
Titty babies.
we didn't even talk about anal.
We did
I
for
have-
like a second.
I have hot tips on anal and finding the G-spot. Catch us next week.
Another day.
I like how we both did that at the same time.
Whoop. Calling it
Yeah.
quits. Well, guys, this has been a disaster as usual. We'll catch you next
Hopefully,
time.
Yeah. Okay, bye, bitch boys.
Goodbye.